What's going on, y'all? It's Greg. Greg said it in a new location today. And I just want to get with y'all. It's been about some days now. Colorado's got back started. And I haven't really addressed some of the things I saw with the new group, and everybody's been talking about it. And there's some exciting things going on. But before we get into that, I just want to acknowledge some things. I know I've done videos about the situation Coach Prime, because that's what we do. We cover content. And we've been hearing a lot of information, and honestly, it can go either way. And a lot of content creators, I haven't seen everybody, I've only seen a few, feel that it can go either way, just being honest. Whether they're new people who came with Prime or former people, that it is realistic. Probably not likely, but it's possible that that situation can come, and it would be the perfect storm. So we're going to cover it as it comes. But as of now, Coach Prime is still there. And like he should, he's making moves as if he's still there, because I don't know if he's fully decided. I think they're working it out. But I think that it's legit and genuine on what they're doing. He has a new strength coach. And from what I hear, just to bring that physicality up to another level just from his experience and what he's done. And maybe they're looking for a switch there, because we're seeing there's going to be switches in other areas. Everybody talked about the running back coach with Coach Fleet for the longest. I think that he may not be returning, I'm hearing. Haven't heard officially. He had some health things I know early and right before the season last year, and he kind of rushed back. But he's kind of dealing with that, I believe. And we also know we already lost Coach Lohart and Coach Danzy to Mississippi State. So there are some changes. It's going to be maybe another couple additions to the strength staff, because I know we lost the coach to, I believe, UCLA. So there are changes by default. As of now, both coordinators are still there. But we know the shift has happened. We know Travis is no longer there. Shador's no longer, Shiloh, Silman Craig. So it's a whole new cast. If it was a movie, this would be the sequel in the movie, because this is definitely the sequel one way or another. Who's going to be the new leading cast? Who's going to be the star at the offensive side and defensive side? It's up for air. Got a whole new core group of linebackers coming in that looks like they could be pretty promising. I do want to see them get in the weight room and get some muscle. One thing about Bentley, he has some muscle. And Hill Green did too. These other linebackers, they not have nice size, but if I want to see that, I want to see that muscle. You hear me? Now, my one was assaulted from TCU. He got that look, kind of almost like a JB look. We just want that physicality. Everybody don't have to be bulky, but we just want that physicality and that depth. Really, let's get greedy. 4-5 strong linebackers is what you need, not a couple. Keep them fresh, keep them healthy. If you have issues pop up like toes and stuff like with Bentley, you have just a strong cast. And I think that's what other teams have. You have your solid guys, but you really want to have some nice rotation there, like you want a D lineman. The D lineman looking really beefy. Offensive line looking decent, and it still got some more to come. That's in this particular cycle. That's not including what's to come afterwards. And like I said, if things shift before then, we're going to be talking about it, and we're going to be looking like, whoa. I know when they came over from Jackson State, it was like, whoa. Nobody really saw it coming. He was saying he wasn't going, and boom, we're going to Colorado. And we still didn't believe it. But Well-Off showed it, and then it just was a shakeup. And that's why people had an emotional response. And I believe it'd be the same way again. People feel like they were misled. People feel like he lied. And, it's a lot of word game. But ultimately, he's going to do what's best for him, or what he feels was best for him. And you're going to see the results from it. What happens with the team, you're going to see that. Who's transferring where, and what's going on, and what's going to happen with the draft party. There's so many things that can change so much like life. It makes me want to do an inspiration motivation around here, because it's like things can change for the good and the bad. And sometimes what's bad for you is good for somebody else. And sometimes what's good for you is bad for someone else. So it's the touchy thing when you look at how personal decisions can affect other people, especially in this situation when a coach. It's never good. But everybody go through it every year. We watch coaches win the championship and jet out, or make it to the championship and jet out. And it's like, programs, we building something. Where are you going? You just up and watch coach went to Alabama. It's like, it's up and move. We're not talking about like assistant coaches getting promoted. We watch coaches move. We watching quarterbacks move. Like, be star quarterbacks 2, 3 years, whatever. And the upside, I want to do something different. The loyalty just not. They look at Beck going to Miami. Like, if he gonna stay another year, he could stay at Georgia. But he wants to switch it up. He not going to the NFL. He want to switch it up. And it's like, I guess they say, well, we planning on losing him anyway, so maybe it's not a big deal. It's kind of like Hill Green going to another school. It's like, well, we kind of felt like he was gone anyway. But that's what it is, man. This college thing is different. And you really can't be in your emotions, because coaches have always been able to lead, but so can players now. Your beloved player can decide to go from Alabama to Ohio State and vice versa, depending on where it's hot, depending on who coaching, depending on how much of that good old money they call NIL, aka collective. Really, in a lot of situations, just collect. They got more money piled up, and it's just hard to really go from year to year. You can't take nothing for granted. And it's like life. You can't take nothing for granted. You can't go about this thing as if you know it's going to stay the same. You don't know the coach going to be there. You don't know who's going to transfer in this day and time. And then you got to have hope for what's going to come in that's going to replace all that. It keeps it interesting, but it keeps it kind of chaotic. Some people going to take it the wrong way. Some people going to get angry about that thing. Some people going to be like, the seed, triggers. Some people have issues with abandonment, and that thing just gonna eat them up. And I don't judge none of it. I can see both sides. I can see what happened with Jackson State. I can see where they felt like he promised this, and I can see how he did. I can see how his words insinuated certain things, but I also can see why he had to go. And I can see why, if Coach Prime go to Dallas, why he would go there. I mean, for one, he gets to go to good old Lake Prime or whatever you call it, his house down there. He loved to go. He get to go there every now and then from Colorado. He'd be back down in his roots. He'd be more comfortable. Maybe the temperature more comfortable. He ain't got to sell himself on the cold. I mean, it's a lot of perks. He'd go back to his old base, work with his old owner if he really got a relationship with him like that. He can go back and work with him, and maybe that's a dream of his. I don't know. Maybe it was a dream of him that he didn't really believe was possible, but now it's possible. Maybe it's opened up a whole new level, a new set of dreams that, well, now that I can see it, that do make sense. I can, coach my sons at all 4 levels. That's something to say. Hopefully it works out well. You can say, I coach him in Little League, high school, college, and pro. That's unheard of. Only he would be able to say that. That's a feat. That's a record that won't be broken. Trust me. So like I said before, it's a lot of Little League coaches who maybe they coach their child in high school, but that's about it. They definitely ain't going to walk in no college and no D1 and no Power 5, 4, whatever you want to call it. And they sure ain't going to NFL. The same person doing all that. And then I thought about something earlier. I was like, could he go there and make somebody like Sapp the D-line coach? Because they would be even more fitting for him. He ain't need no degree there. And that's where he's from, the NFL. That's his thing. Could he go there and take, a Coach Mo, who's like he was demoted, and he get to go to the NFL like so many of the other guys? There's so many questions, and there's so many things that I think about. You can be negative, and you can say, shoot. But what about all them HBCU boys that didn't make an NFL that he felt like it's not a pipeline to the pros? Could he go and open up that door like he opened up the door to get some of them to Power 5? Could he open up the door, all that complaining about all the way from the HBCUs all the way up? He's opened a path for coaches that probably can slide up. Maybe he's taking some coaches with him that would have never worked in the NFL. I don't know. I don't know what's possible, but it's going to be interesting if he goes that way. But we already know, and what we've been looking forward to is, how's this season going to go? Because that's what we've been thinking about. But we can't help but to look at like something that's different. Not just Travis and Shador and all them, Shiloh not being there. Because you best believe he's feeling it. He's feeling it. And I don't know how much that weighs on him. And I kept saying, he won't know how much it weighs on him till it happens. Like, why? What am I doing out here? I came out here with them, for them. Do I really want to be out here by myself? He get to look at that now. But when he do, it would be something of an experience for him that he never had. Like he said, coaching somebody that's not his boys. And that's not even guaranteed if he go to the NFL to be able to do that long there. But who says he want to do it long? I don't know if he want to do any of this long. At some point, he just want to enjoy his kids and his grandkids coming in. I don't know if he really want to do this long term. I don't. And that's just my opinion. Now, it's been my opinion. But if we can get to this season going, boy, you better enjoy it. Because, boy, that clock ticking. With all these conversations, one thing that showed, that clock is ticking. If we can get another season, you really, really better appreciate it. Because it's going to be felt differently. And I believe that it could be a winning team. And I can't do the predictions and stuff like I did last year to say, oh, this team going to look like this, going to look like that. That's not realistic. That's not how it worked. I knew what they had last year. I don't know the pillars of this team. I knew the pillars of the team should do at quarterback, Travis, Stephen Curry. I knew the pillars they had and what they brought in addition to the pillars. I knew what was possible. I can't say I know what's possible. I know they got talent. They definitely ain't played together. What would be the foundation? We will have to find that out as we go. So all the prediction shows and all that, it would just be gambling. It'll be silly. But I do know they got some talent. And it's going to be a ride one way or another. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. This is what it's all about, y'all. I'm just Greg what Greg said it. And I'll be talking to y'all soon.